it's Chris Colley. We are live in the Rubber Room for another episode of Create with Chris Live. I am running just, I think maybe a minute or two late tonight. I don't know about you guys, but that time change really kicks my butt. When we fall backwards, whew, I fall with a bang. I to miss that hour of sleep, and then I'm just not right on track. Hi, Dabber Do and Sherry and Cheryl Spitzley. Thanks for stopping in tonight, you guys. It's so great to see you. Looking forward to seeing some of you at on stage in a few weeks. Just a few very short weeks, too. So we're going to jump right in and get started. I have a new product of the week I want to share with you. And I want to share a little technique from our product of last week. Hi, Raquel. Hi, Beth. So you're just going to get started here. I was just kind of, my phone is distracting me. For last week, we have some card winners. And for sharing my video, Carol Korleski is going to get this beautiful card and this card. And I do believe you've won several times, Carol, so I have your address. I'll get those out to you next week sometime. And then for commenting on my video is Lori Long Wintro. And Lori, I don't know you, so if you would just leave me a message with your mailing address, your snail mail address, I will mail you this gorgeous card. Okay? And I do have two classes coming up. This Friday is my Creative Christmas Card class, and you're going to make 8 cards for each of these two designs. This one was designed by Joanne Jeter, who is part of our Rubber Queen group. And this gorgeous one with that beautiful, beautiful designer series paper that I just absolutely love. And again, that metallic really has me going. I love that metallic. And then this little snowman card. This was one that was designed by my friend Jackie, who helps me design some of my cards for classes, as was this one. So these will be the 4 cards we're going to make this Friday. You do have until Wednesday at noon to sign up for it, and it's $15 or free with a $25 purchase made at class. You can take the class from 10 o'clock to noon or from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock at night. So this week, our new item, I'm actually going to do this. Our new product of the week this week is the Dandelion Wishes stamp set. This stamp set has 6 stamps in it, and I have the red rubber one. It's actually a $20 stamp set, and I'm going to be featuring cards with this stamp set all week. I have a few to share with you tonight that I received at Swabs. This is a really pretty one, and she actually put ink onto a rubber clear black, and that's how I got that look there. So this one is made with the powders. So just sprinkle a little powder on it and then add some water. It's very, very pretty. I love that kind of background in there. And this one was made by Lena Gersa. And then this one is just so soft and pretty. I love that color with it. And this one was made by, let's see, I love my swaps. I get so many samples. Nanette McKeel made this one. And then this one, look how pretty that yellow is. Isn't that gorgeous? So soft and kind of comforting with the little dandelions blowing on it. It just seems so pretty. Kind of says follow your dream on it. And that was made by Pia Gerhardt. And then here's one, again, that they use that color blocking for the background. This is a great stamp set for all kinds of different backgrounds. And if you can see, if I can get in there close enough, you can see she did a little bit of the metallic spray on it too, which is really pretty. This one has lots and lots of layers and embossing. It was inspired by Dawn Griffith, and it is black on gold. just love that technique. Isn't that so pretty? And one more. This one was made by Sandy Keller. Really simple and kind of plain compared to the other really fancy backgrounds, but I just love how clean and simple the lines are. So pretty. And that background embossing folder is really pretty too. So you can see this set on page 77 of the catalog. And I just want to share with you, they did a bag there. Can you see that bag? Isn't that gorgeous? I just love it in the silver, all embossed there. So your catalog is just a great place to go for inspiration. And you have a new hostess code this month, which I will post when I'm done with you here. And it is 7HWZ7XAX. So anytime you place a $30 order with me during the month, you will get a set of tutorials. And it's a 15 packet of tutorials that are absolutely going to blow your socks off. So we did Christmas this month, so with some really, really good things out there. So use that hostess code and we will get you some great tutorials to work with. Okay, so our product of the week for last week, which is going to end today, was the Christmas Time Christmas Time is Here suite with the rose stamp set. And I did a little swap that I'll share some of the cards with you from that. Our team did a swap. So this was one of the cards that I made. I love that gold with it in those different embossing pieces that are very decorative. I love those. This card Sherry made. And she put a little piece of vellum right over top of that oval she cut out. I think that's just a gorgeous. And you can see how beautiful that ribbon is with that little bow she made there. Just gorgeous. And then she switched up the colors and oh my gosh, do I love this one. How much do you guys love that, right? And that blue, isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely love it. And then she put some little sequins up there for some bling on it too. Really pretty. I have to boast on my team a little bit because I have the most creative, talented team there is. So anytime somebody offers a swap in our group, Beth is our swap coordinator, and I go for it because I always get back gorgeous cards like this. This one was one of Beth's. Breathtaking, right? How gorgeous is that? And she didn't use a lot of gold paper with it. Usually you see this designer series paper and they've paired it with gold. And I really like it paired with the cherry cobbler. And then those two little gold embellishments up there too. And they're gold shimmer enamel dots. And this one she made, and she uses, again, that ribbon that Sherry used. Absolutely gorgeous, and those little dots. That is a distinctive stamp set. So you get a really, almost like a photograph image of it. It's really, really beautiful. And then today I got this one Raquel made. Raquel, I only got one of your cards. So I'm waiting, hoping the second envelope is in tomorrow's mail. Is that gorgeous? I love how she paired it with our vanilla gold trimmed ribbon. I think that is so, so pretty. And I do have a class coming up using this stamp set. And you're going to get a half a pack of the designer series paper. And we'll get one pack of these glitter gold dots. And one pack of this ribbon. We're actually going to show you a technique on how you can color this ribbon, and it's so pretty even when it's colored with the blends. So your class is $35, and it will include that product. And we are going to do some different techniques in that class also. And one of the ones that you're going to get to do is an ink wash, I guess is what you're going to call it. And here's this actual stamp sets in that suite. And this is your background one. And I think on next week's video, I'm going to share with you a really quick and easy way to use your Stamparatus to make some cards kind of in an assembly line so that you could use this for your Christmas cards and do it in a really quick and easy way. So this is the card that I'm going to share with you tonight. And it's actually embossed using some Versamark with some white embossing powder. So this was the card I shared at our Demo Diva night this month too. So if you were here, you already know how to do it. Hi Cassie, thanks for watching you guys. And Christelle, I see some people on here I haven't seen for a while watching. So I'm glad you guys are here. I'm gonna flip you down and we will get started. As I'm flipping you, I'm going to move some of these things around so I don't have such a big mess here. Okay, let's get you turned down. And there we go. I think this will work. Nice shot of my finger there, huh? Okay, so I think if I keep right in here, you guys should be able to see what I'm doing. So I already, because we did this last week at Demo Diva night, I'm going to start with my Mossy Meadow cardstock, and this is 5.5 inches by 11 inches with a score line at that 4 1/4 mark. So I'm just going to fold that in half. And then I have some Designer Series paper from that suite of paper. And again, you could use either side of the paper because our Designer Series paper is that amazing and that beautiful on both sides. But I'm going to put my mossy side up for this one. So I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive to the 4 corners and in the middle. Don't need a lot of adhesive because our adhesive is pretty strong. Okay. And then I have the base, which is just a very vanilla piece of cardstock, and I'll put some measurements up there for you. But because I'm going to emboss it, I'm going to go ahead and add my words. I'm going to do a dry emboss with an embossing folder to give it just a little bit of extra texture, and because I think the embossing folder kind of matches this Designer Series paper. But before I do that, I want to put my words on there, my sentiment on there. Because if you add your sentiment after you're done dry embossing it, then it tends to be a little bit hard to read. So I'm just going to put this down in the corner. Because it's clear, you can see right where you're putting it, and you can see that you've gotten it straight. Okay? And I'm going to just pull in my Big Shot. And I'm going to use my platform, my clear plate. I'm going to put my piece of very vanilla cardstock inside my embossing folder. And one thing I love about our embossing folders is that they have that line there. So I can line mine up perfectly with that little black line at the bottom and know my image is going to be embossed straight and even on there. I'm going to put my other clear plate on top. Bring my Big Shot over. And put my whole sandwich through. Again, you want to run your embossing folders through so that their apron or top hinge goes through first. That keeps the pressure off it and keeps it from snapping. So you want this hinge to always go through your Big Shot first. Okay. And that gives us this really great background. It's kind of a scrolly background. And this is the Stylish Scroll embossing folder that was available. It is available in our holiday catalog. Now the second part is to color our image, and I've already embossed it. This is a piece of crumb cake cardstock. I stamped my image in Versamark and then put white embossing powder on it, and then heated the white embossing powder until it melted. So I do have our Craft ink here. And what I'm going to do is I am going to just put a little drop of it on my clear black. And you just don't need very much because this isn't a really large image. So I'm just going to put a little drop on there. And then I'm going to take my watercolor pen or my aqua painter. Just get some water going on it. And you just have to give it a little squeeze and you can see the water will come right out. So I'm going to put that onto my block. And that will make it kind of thin my ink out. So I'm going to do kind of like a watercolor wash with it. And because I never know how dark it's going to start, I always start in the middle and then work my way out. I can make it lighter or I can make it darker, but I can't make it any lighter. So I can go back and add more water if I want it thinner. Gosh, I don't think I'm getting a lot of water out of this one. There we go. And I'm not going to do it in any kind of special order. Let me grab another one. I don't like the way that one is working. Let's see if we can get a wet one here. Maybe I just didn't have enough patience with that other one. But this one, here we go. That's going to make it nice and wet for me. So then I'm just going to do like a watercolor wash on it. And then when it dries, you can go back in and add more color if you want, or you can go back in and thin it out too. So you can make that rose kind of any color, any shade that you want to, depending on how much white ink you're going to put in there. And it goes really quickly, so it's not like if you have customers that don't like to color, or you don't like to color, or you need to make 80 Christmas cards. This is going to make it real quick and easy to add a little pizzazz and make it pop, but still have a kind of country traditional look to it. So that's as easy as it is to add that color. Let's see what's wrong with that one. And then what I did was I took my cherry cobbler Stampin' Blend, and I used my precision end there and just dotted all of my little berries on here. Now there is a stamp in the stamp set that I will use to do this when I do make my Christmas cards, so that it will go much faster than doing this. But just for the purpose of doing one, this works just fine. Don't have too much of an issue talking to you guys while I get this colored. And the next step we're going to do is to take the framelit and cut this out, because the framelit not only fits over the Designer Series paper image to cut it out, but it fits over the stamped image also. So that framelit kind of does double duty. I like a framelit that does that. We can work our tools like they're little workhorses. Our tools are just so amazing because they're made to cut down on the time that we spend making something gorgeous that we can give to the people that we love. And people love handmade items. They just mean so much more. They kind of come from the heart when they're handmade. So I like to make them and send them along. Okay, there we go. And Stampin' Up! Has kind of really cornered the market on making handmade simple and easy with a really elegant look, because everything just coordinates with each other. So because I'm using a framelit, I'm going to use my magnetic base, my clear matte, And then I'm going to put my image on there. And I'm going to take my framelit. The cutting blade side of your framelit always goes down. And that's going to cut into this mat. You don't want to do it so that it cuts into your base. You want to be sure it's cutting into a plastic mat there. Because our base is magnetic, it will hold your framelit right on your piece so you can see that it's centered exactly where you want it. And we're going to put a top layer on our sandwich of another clear base, and then put that through the Big Shot. We do all the work making our image beautiful, and then the Big Shot does all the work cutting it out for us. Gorgeous. Okay, so then all we're going to do is we're going to layer this piece. We'll bring back in our card base, and we'll layer that embossed piece that it has our sentiment on it on top of it. And I don't normally put my adhesive all the way around it, but when I'm working with a piece that's embossed, I like to be sure that I'm getting my tape, my adhesive way down inside all those little embossed nooks and crannies. Okay. And then I'm just gonna tape this one down to the top of it. And you could pop this up if you wanted to, but I think I'm just gonna lay it flat on there. It is such a pretty image. This time I'm gonna go up, and I'll show you what I mean by that. I can never decide where I want this little rose here, if I want it to go up or down, or does it even matter? So this one I put up, this one I kind of put down a little bit. I don't really know why, but you can see Raquel put hers up. Sherry put hers down. Everybody has a different interpretation of how that is going to go. And Beth put hers down also. So that little rose can go up or down depending on your mood, your trend, whatever you want. It's your card and you can make it go however you want. So with that technique, I also thought, I didn't do this to mine before, but we have these gold enamel dots, and they are so pretty. They're so shimmery and just gorgeous. So, and you can also color these dots with your blends. So what I thought was I would take my blends and just color maybe 3 little ones there. And put those on. And I think I might go just right out, like around in here at the bottom of it. And you really could put them anywhere, or you can do without them. I think that it's going to add just a tiny little bit of bling down there. And I really, let me see if I can get them kind of close for you guys so you can see how shimmery they are. Aren't they gorgeous? Absolutely love them. And the gold enamel is just as beautiful. So that is my little technique to share with you this week. Let me pull you back up here so I can remind you of a few things. Oh, Cheryl's here. Hi, Cheryl. Got a lot of Cheryls here, and Marjorie. Marjorie is a gal that just started coming to my classes, and I appreciate that you're here watching, Marjorie. I was just sharing that I had 2 upcoming classes, and I hope that you guys will sign up for them. If you have any questions, just post them in the comments section. I will be back next week, but throughout this week, I'm going to be sharing more cards made with the Dandelion Wishes stamp set. So be sure and check back in. Thanks so much, you guys. And be sure to share me with your friends. Don't keep me a secret, okay? Bye-bye. Here we go. I can't get off. This is like a blast from the past, right?